Camp Fire was the worst fire in California history. It started on November 8th and ran for about 3 weeks. It left over 80 people dead, over 18,000 structures were destroyed, and 95% of the town of Paradise, California was gone. How did it start? A bracket holding a high voltage power line wasn't maintained. It broke. The line fell to a dry ground, sparks, and the wind happened to be bad that day, and the result was a disaster. Well, sparks can cause so much destruction. Such a little thing can cause so much destruction. And it's true of our mouths as well. A little thing like the tongue. James says a spark, James 3:5 says a spark can start such a big forest fire. So our tongue is a flame. It's a fire. And what happens is that little thing can cause so much destruction. And two things that really destroy so much in life are slander and gossip. And the wise should know better, but what happens is we end up talking bad about other people. We end up talking about them because we actually like talking about other people in a negative way. Proverbs 18:8 says that very thing. It says that slander and gossip are like choice food that goes down, a good meal. And we like to snack on other people by destroying their character, by talking badly about them through slander and gossip. It may be because we're curious. It might be because we just have a malicious sense of attacking other people. It could be that we're just bored and don't have anything better to do, and that's our excitement. It could be that we're elevating ourselves by bringing other people down. But the proverb says, look, foolish people are slanderers and gossips. So how do we avoid slander and gossip? Well, wisdom tells us two things, two strategies to move away from the destructive nature of slander and gossip. And the first is that we avoid people with a big mouth. That's what Proverbs 20:19 says. It says avoid big mouth people who can't shut up, because what's going to happen is they're going to talk about other people, bring them down, and then when you're not around, they're going to talk about you. Now listen, if somebody was literally shooting fire out of their mouths, flame and spark, you would get away from them because you wouldn't want to get burned. Well, it's the same thing. Wise people say, I don't want any part of that kind of destruction. I don't want to burn anybody else, and I myself don't want to get burned, so I'm going to avoid people who can't keep their mouth shut. But secondly, Proverbs says that love covers transgressions. Love doesn't take a megaphone and say, hey, I'm going to spread everybody's worst stuff. And I think it's such a good picture for us. It says love covers. And how do you put out a fire? You cover it. And so when we love other people, we're not out there trying to make things worse for them. We're not trying to destroy them, but instead we're trying to show them that we care. So when we look at slander and gossip, we have to look at it as a wisdom issue and not just something that everybody does. And we have to say that we're not going to be those people who destroy. We're not going to set our lives on fire, and we're not going to set anybody else's lives on fire. We're not going to destroy our family and friends. We're going to have no part of it.